Guess what? For the next 12 months, you'll continue to hear your favorite deep, disembodied voice saying,
Microjig, maker of the gripper. Work safer. Work smarter.
If you want to make a Murphy bed, you're probably going to want a kit that contains all the hardware you need. I bought mine from murphybeds.com and they have several different kinds. This is the DIY kit. The kit comes with a set of instructions showing you how to build the cabinet, but as you can see, it's a lot of words and not a lot of drawings, which made it a little bit tricky. So what I did is I took the liberty to draw up my own set of plans based on these plans. You can download these down below. I can get much more accurate cuts on my table saw, but I can't run huge sheets of plywood through it, so I need to break them down to their rough sizes first. I'll start by building the cabinet. The first thing I'm going to do is put this iron-on edge banding on any of the exposed plywood edges. It's made out of real wood, and when you iron it on, it's never coming off. This time I picked up this trimmer. It's got a razor blade in there and it should trim this flush. And after a little bit of sanding, it makes it look like a solid board. I'm screwing on these L brackets that attach to the header and the stretchers to hold the cabinet together. They all come in the hardware kit. To make sure these are right on the end, I'm butting them up against a scrap board. I'm spending a lot of time to measure out carefully where I'm going to drill all of the holes in these side panels for the lift mechanism. I was thinking I could just mark one of these side panels and then just put it on top of the other one and drill all the holes at the same time, but now that I think about it, I think a better plan is to actually mark the other board too, because if they're stacked together and I try to drill through both boards, there's a strong likelihood that I'm not going to be completely straight, and that would cause the holes on the other one to be way off. So I'll just take careful measurements on this side. I'm using a brad point bit to drill out these holes to keep it from wandering. And I'll countersink all of these holes on the outsides of the panels. I want to clamp this top piece to the side so that I can drill some screws in there. I don't have any clamps that are long enough, but I can hook two of these pipe clamps together. Now I can drill holes for the special screws that are going to hold this together. With those holes drilled and the brackets installed on the other pieces, I can take this all apart and I'll assemble it up in the bedroom. This part's going to be a little bit tricky. I need to join these two pieces of plywood together. I'm going to put biscuits all along the edges of each one first. Okay, that should hold those two pieces together. And as before, I'm taking really careful measurements and marking where the lift mechanism goes on each of the rails. And I'll drill some really tiny pilot holes through these using my drill press. I'm temporarily laying out these bed rails so that I can drill holes for those special screws into the ends. I'm marking all of these corners so that when I go to assemble this, all of the holes that I've drilled here will line up. With the head and side rails still clamped down, I can test the fit on these cleats. Before gluing and screwing the cleats onto the rails, I need to drill holes on two sides. I'll glue and screw all of these cleats flush with the bottoms of the rails. With those all dry, I can screw together all four of these rail assemblies. These are the special screws that came with the hardware kit. I'll put them into those holes I've already drilled. With that assembled, I'll carefully move it out of the way and put some glue down and screw it down using those cleats. This is a very cramped room, but I think it's going to be a lot easier to try to assemble this in here rather than try to bring it into the room. I'm using these L-shaped brackets to secure the unit into the studs of the wall. This is the mechanism that's going to raise and lower the bed. It gets mounted inside. The lift mechanism works really well. Here's how it works. Lift this up, the legs fold up, holding the mattress in, and then it just gently folds up. I'm really happy with the way that Murphy bed turned out, and it's going to save us a lot of space in that extra room, which we don't use that room as a guest room that often. So what we've been doing is slowly transforming it into my wife's crafts room. You may remember the video I had last year where I transformed the closet into a crafts organization center. And keep watching Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I'll be having more space-saving projects for that room coming up later this year. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Woodworking for Mere Mortals. I really do appreciate your support. Visit the Woodworking for Mere Mortals website at formeremortals.net, where you can post pictures of your own projects and you can download free plans and lots of other stuff. Hey, it's Princess Meow Meow!